Good morning, children. Let me continue my lesson, that is Buddhism and Jainism. In the previous class, I have already told you the emergence of Vedic India and why the Vedic India began, through whom it has, because of the Aryans and coming into our country after the Harappan civilization started to fade away. And I also told you in the previous class about the early and the later Vedic period, and with that the society and the political condition and the economic condition of the Aryans coming into India in what way it came to. Followed by that, I will continue with the Buddhism and Jainism. Before I continue my lesson, first I would like to give you a work. After completion of each chapter, so if you are having the textbook, if not also I will send the questions from the textbook itself. You are supposed to write all the answers in your 200 pages notes and go through it. What the video I am sending, it is not for the waste, and once again we may not able to take classes and it will be final. So because of that you have to listen carefully using, when you are watching, better use it with the earphone, and that will be very clear. So let me continue the lesson by explaining to you, that is, that's what I was saying. Let's continue. Before I continue this, you have to write the question answers and even the reference context compulsory. Okay, 16th century BC. In 16th century BC, the widespread of the iron that is used by the Aryans as a sign, or the black metal which was used by the Aryans in the previous chapter, brought lot of changes, sweeping changes in the agriculture itself. So due to that, introduction of the new tools maybe, and changes that has brought in the trade and so on. So once again that brought the change in the Buddhism and Jainism when it came into the 16th century BC. And besides that, we also find the Aryans move towards the eastwards, especially in UP, towards the UP and Bihar. So there also they started to improve the condition of agriculture and economics. So it was fast in increasing the produce in agriculture. The economic condition also started to raise day by day. So coming to the reference, which are the states or which are the clans or the tribes or the group of people came into that means existence or who become more famous. Here we find the reference towards that. Swadesh, Mahajanapadas, and it is also called 16 states. 16 states together made as the Mahajanapadas. In that, Avanti, Kulu, Panchala and Magadha, some of the few groups. So in that, Magadha become more powerful. During that time only, we can find the Buddhism, Jainism coming into existence and suppressing the Brahminical in nature and so on. So why anti-Brahminical in nature we call it? Because we will find the causes for the Buddhism and Jainism. Why Buddhism, Jainism given much importance, how it came into existence, why it became more famous in India as well as outside India, we will find in this chapter. So I already said anti-Brahminical in nature. Here we find once again the causes. When I say anti-Brahminical means what in the future? That is causes for the rise of Buddhism and Jainism. What is the reason that Buddhism and Jainism came into existence and people gave importance for the Buddhism and people started to convert into Buddhism or the Jainism or followed the path of the Buddha. So here first of all I have written Vaishyas. Important economic classes we call, they were politically as well as socially, economically, they were started to grow. They are the main people where politically means we know monarchy become more important than in the early later Vedic period we find given the territorial monarchy. Monarchy means I already told in the previous class a kingdom ruled by a king and it become a heredity only, it continued. Once the king ruled and his family only, his son only has to continue, so it continued. So it is not given important for other group of people, so that is continued even in the when Buddhism, Jainism was existing, when it came into force. And that made the people once again not given important for the common people, and especially I have written here the Sudras. And the previous class I told you, the 4 classes. And Sudras were the 4th and they have to serve the upper 3 classes, and beside that they were also considered the untouchables, not allowed to enter into the temples, not allowed to enter into the towns and cities where the other 3 classes were moving about, and even they were not allowed to fetch water and so on. So it was very rigid and people were unable to resist and they were waiting for someone who can reduce the burden which was faced by this untouchables or the Sudras. And coming to the complexity of the religious observation. Complexity of the religious observation here, the priest. If priest thought that because the Brahmins were given more important, they only should go to the temple, they have to perform pujas and everything was performed by the Brahmins, and beside them no any other people can get inside the temples. And here this Brahmins or the priests, they felt that if at all they perform pujas or yajnas and whatever may be, it is their sins will be washed out and they get lot of prosperous in their life, and not only his sins, his family's sins also will be washed out if they perform the puja. That is what the thinking of the Brahmins, and because of that the rituals were very costly and people were unable to compete with the that means rich people, and common people were waiting for someone to reduce these rituals. Yajnas, once again, for the yajnas, animal sacrifice. And these people, that is in the time of early Aryans, people used the animals for ploughing and so on. When they started to give sacrifice, the time of yajnas or performing the pujas and so on, they felt that the animals are given sacrifice and it will be affected in the time of ploughing and so on for the people of the scene, that is Aryans. So they felt that they are unable to resist and they are unable to get on in their life because of the animal sacrifice. Vedic hymns, the last process of the Buddhism, why Buddhism came into existence. Every hymns that was written, it was in Sanskrit, whereas the common people were unable to understand what is spelled out by them or what is recited by the priest. Due to that, they try to change or try to bring a change in the society, in their life. That is what they are waiting for the opportunity. And coming to the Gautama Buddha, coming to the life of Gautama Buddha, he was born in 563 BC as Siddhartha. He was born in a royal family to a parents called Siddhodana and Maya Devi. He was a chief of Satya clan. When he started growing and he felt that the royal family atmosphere, he was not very happy. He didn't like the warfare and hunting and all the luxurious his life which he had in the inside the palace, he was not very happy with it. So he was waiting for some other alteration, how he could change his way of life. Before that, in the age of 16 itself, the age of 16 itself, he got married to Yashodhara and already he had a son called Rahul. And one day, he asked his father that he want to go and see what is happening around them, what is happening around them in the palace or outside the palace. So, getting permission, he comes out of the house, comes out of the palace, and he finds 4 great sights. 4 great sights. That is, first he finds a sick man, and second he finds an old age, and third he finds a dead body carrying in front of him. And he has not seen anything what is life at all, because he spent all his 16 years inside the palace and he didn't know what is happening around the world or what is happening outside his palace. So when he came out first time, when he saw the old age or sick man or the dead body, so he couldn't understand what the life is. So he started questioning himself what it is. What will he become old or he will become sick, because he has not experienced anything in his life. And he also found, when he saw the dead body, and he didn't know that we will once born and we are going to die. So by seeing all that, he felt this sort of life. What is the reason for all this? For becoming a sick and becoming old and person to die. We want to know the truth. And once again he went on searching for the other ways where he can find the solution, or he want to adapt the life. So suddenly he find an ascetic life without pain, sitting under the tree and meditating, so he chooses his life. Went everywhere, he met many yogic person or great people who can able to solve or able to give answer for the cause for the life of the pain. But whoever he met, they couldn't satisfy him. So after moving here and there, meeting all the persons, at last he sits under the Bodhi tree for the meditation. So 48 days he continuously sat for the meditation, and 49th day he gets the supreme knowledge. And with that he comes out and try to help the people, and he want to teach the people what is the main cause for the pain or the death, and what are the struggles that we are facing for the life. So he tried to make the people to understand by his sermons. The first sermon which he gave was in Deer Park in Sarnath. So with this I complete my chapter. I will continue with the 4 noble truth and 8-fold path in the next class.